People of the internet! Welcome back to another video. It is I, Don Thomas, back in here with another one. As always, folks, the likes, the comments, the subscribes are all greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for the support on this channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's topic, folks. I got a video pulled up here. It comes from NBC News, in which it gives some context and detail behind the announcement of Elon Musk announcing a new political party. Folks, we've spoken on Elon as of late. Of course, as of recent, his fallout with President Donald Trump. We've spoken on Elon before in terms of his ideas for the brain chip and his ideas for having humans go to Mars and all the things that Elon has made himself known for. We've spoken those things. Of course, I shared my thoughts on Elon as a whole. Hearing this now, that he now wants to form a new political party, doesn't really shock me. Seems like it's right up the alley of his ambitious, lofty goals. But let's get a little bit of context. Let's watch this clip. Of course, again, comes from NBC News. I'll share my thoughts. I encourage you guys to share your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let's get into it.
Tonight, on the heels of President Trump signing his massive domestic policy bill into law, his former close ally, Elon Musk, announcing the formation of a new political party. Musk, the world's richest person, taking to his social media site X to say, "We live in a one-party system, not a democracy. Today, the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom." Musk, who was President Trump's top campaign donor, has been feuding with the president over the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, which the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office says will add more than $3 trillion to the national debt over the next 10 years. Musk has referred to the legislation as a debt slavery bill and had been teasing a new political party for days. The Tesla CEO did not respond to questions from NBC News seeking clarity about today's announcement.
The stock market's at an all-time high.
For his part, President Trump has been celebrating the bill. The legislation extends the tax cuts from his first term, reduces taxes on tips and overtime pay, and provides funds for his immigration priorities. It also makes some of the biggest cuts in history to social safety net programs like Medicaid and food assistance.
Going back to Elon Musk's announcement of a new political party, what could his approach be here?
Well, Jose, we should note it's not clear at this point if Elon Musk has officially filed paperwork to start the America Party, but he has said that a new party could target just a handful of seats in Congress and then act as the deciding vote on key laws. Jose?
Let's pause it right there, folks. So there you heard it. Elon Musk has plans, goals, ambitions of starting an official new political party. Of course, you have the Democrats, you have the Republicans. Elon Musk is now proposing just the American Party. Folks, I'll say this, man. Again, take everything with a grain of salt. Again, as you heard there, they don't know if there's any official paperwork that's gone yet. I've been seeing Elon on Twitter, of course, just kind of playing around, poking around at the idea of him doing so. Of course, you have the Elon stands who will surely back him in all his endeavors, which is fine, I guess, whatever. Me, personally, folks, I'm kind of a believe it when I see it kind of guy when it comes to these people. These people, i.e. the oligarchy. I've spoken about this before, how I've told you that the likes thereof, the Trumps, the Elons, the Gates, the Zuckerbergs, these guys are in a class of their own, right? So hearing this doesn't really shock me. I'm not shocked to hear Elon Musk has these ambitions. Of course, as I said, of course, as well, too, Elon wants us to be a multi-planetary species, meaning that he wants us humans to be able to be on multiple planets, i.e. Earth, i.e. Mars, i.e. whatever. He's already sending rockets to space. He's already trying to have brain chips in people's brains. He's already trying to do a bunch of things, self-driving cars. So it's just like adding a new political party to that list. It doesn't really shock me as an Elon thing. It sounds like a very Elon thing to do. My question, though, is this question that I pose to all of us, just food for thought. The seriousness of it all. The thought that I have behind it is, what is now the end result? What does that look like with Elon Musk, the world's richest man, at the helm of a new political party in the United States? What does that mean? What does that look like? How seriously can we take this proposition? How serious do other countries take this proposition? Where does that put America as a whole in terms of its future, if this was to go through? Now, again, folks, you got to take all of this with a grain of salt. Am I saying, or are we saying, even just based off this clip that we saw here from NBC News, it doesn't look like there's anything written in stone just yet. However, just the idea, being put out into the world, is enough for conversation. Is enough for, a little bit of deliberation, see, rack our heads around this, play a game of what ifs. What if this was to be a thing? What does that look like? Does it not just only further push the agenda that I currently believe is the actual reality in saying that the United States is an oligarchy? The United States is ran by those who have the most money, the most power, the most influence. I feel like if this was to get some steam and actually become a thing, it would only just justify my point that the elites, people with money, power, influence, they're going to do what they want to do. They can make new political parties out of nowhere. And the little guys has got to deal with it. Us being the little guys, us being the people that don't have the money, the power, the fame, the influence, things of that nature. Scary times, cautionary times we're living in, folks. Just be mindful that what was maybe normal today might not be normal in the next 3 to 5 years. Our everyday, normal, day in, day out functioning of the economy, just political systems, cultural systems, this, that, and the other. What might have been normal today, in a few years, the way this world is looking, at least to me, may not be normal in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, next decade. I think we are on the brink of a completely different civilization that is gonna favor the people who are bringing something to the table. Is clearly, as sad as that might sound. The world, to me, from my point of view, and I'll end on this, the world from me, in my point of view, how the direction that I see is going into, you're going to have to be something, do something, contribute something to the grand scheme of society, or you're just going to have to receive what they give you. You see what I'm saying? This world every day shows me that you need some motion, for lack of a better word. You need to be able to stand a fighting chance. You got to position yourself economically, socially, mentally. Like you got to, or else you're just going to be on the receiving end of what they give you, the next thing that they say, they being the big guys on top. You get what I'm saying? So if I'm you, I'm taking all of this into consideration, man. Like, watch how the powerful move. Watch how the elites move. Watch how the big guys move. Like, keep watching them, and that should maybe help you steer on how you should be moving. I'm not saying that you got to follow their moves, but you got to be able to, on the receiving end, have a plan and action of yourself, just in case, in the event that they propose a bill or they propose a new political party or they propose something that you don't necessarily align with. You're going to want to, of course, an act of recourse, I guess is basically what I'm saying. Like, you're going to want to be able to have an out for yourself in the event that we are being led astray or down a path that you are going down reluctantly, if you catch my drift. Nonetheless, of course, those are my thoughts, folks. Take it, leave it, do what you want with it. I encourage you guys to share yours down in the comment section below. As always, the likes, the comments, the subscribes are all greatly appreciated. I will catch you guys on the next one.